One of my productions, you know that I use my director notes to challenge the audience with a task that relates to the theme of the show. So for tonight, before I leave, what I'd like to do is I'd like to challenge you to find whatever it is that brings you joy, and you keep it at the forefront of your mind. Because when you find yourself in the thick of frustration or hurt, you can go to a place of joy. I've been telling my students for years, and practically anybody that will listen to me, that there is always joy. Thank you.
Many thanks to Matt Ottinger for all of his hard work producing the videos for tonight's banquet. Former OEF award recipient. They're one of the highlights of the evening. Somebody, I think, at a table tonight said that, boy, Matt leaves and the videos go, I'm out of here, you know? I mean, or words to that effect. Let's put it that way. But you do a great job, Matt. Thank you. And thanks also to his crew from the Okemos channel. For being on hand tonight. They are recording the event. Jocelyn J. Mankowski has been teaching in Okemos Public Schools for the last 14 years and is currently a 5th grade teacher at Kinawa. As an OHS graduate herself, Jay carries on the tradition of excellence Okemos schools are known for every day in her classroom. Every student's important to Jay, and she lets each of them know through her actions, words, and commitment to their success. Jay never says, I've tried everything. Instead, she asks, what else can I do? Jay stretches her students to set goals and work diligently toward meeting them. She's a determined, knowledgeable, and creative teacher who refuses to give up when helping a child live up to their potential. And Jay teaches her students not only the curriculum, but also how to be good citizens who exhibit respect, care, patience, and tolerance. She refuses to focus on the negative. One of her favorite sayings is, no stinking thinking. Jay has spent many years touching the lives of children in need in our community. One of the most impressive events she assists with is an annual Christmas party for children who might not otherwise have Christmas. Thanks to this event, the children receive gifts purchased with donations from the community, and she's the lead teacher for the district's Summer Academic Support Program for elementary school students. In this role, she looks for creative ways to help students maintain reading and math skills while also learning during the summer months. This is no easy task, but Jay makes it fun. Jay always strives to make learning fun. As one of her 5th grade students observed, Mrs. J made this my best year ever by making it both fun and educational. If we aren't having fun, we aren't learning. Congratulations, Jay.
We're studying fairy tales because this is a group of kids who actually came to our class, and most of them, if not all, hate reading, don't like reading at all. And this is a lit extension class, so I kind of see my job as getting these kids to get excited about literature.
I've known Jocelyn for a long time, and it's been very rewarding for me to see her grow as a teacher. She's the type of person, type of professional you really want in the profession. Jay's a teacher that will think outside the box, literally turn her classroom upside down to meet the needs of her kids. She wants to actively engage them, and she really searches and gets very creative to find those things that will meet the needs of her kids.
I got an okay from John, and we ordered The Land of Stories with our OEF money, and this is a new unit that we're doing because they were excited about it. So that's what we were kind of doing. We are kind of going through the fairy tales that they have already known, Disney fairy tales, and we've started to read more of the original versions.
One of the reasons Jay connects so well to her students is she knows that she's really their biggest fan. She's going to do whatever she can to connect with those kids, to help them know that she wants them to be successful. And she knows that that means treating kids differently, meeting them where they're at, but pushing them to be their best.
What is happening is they're excited when they come. They're engaged when they're learning. And, you know, this is a class that is not graded. It's a class that they get to be themselves and not worry about any kind of judgment or anything like that. They just get to start enjoying what they're doing. So that's it. That's what we were doing.
Teaching is not a job to Jay, it's a lifestyle. And she shows that each and every day in the way she approaches her job and in her commitment to excellence.
Jay Mankowski, congratulations.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. Wow. I was nervous to be up here up until last night. And then I woke up this morning and I thought, this is what I get to do. I get to celebrate myself, but all of you who have helped me be me, and all my students and their parents who have contributed to my profession. And I thank all of you. I thank you all for this incredible honor. I'd like to extend a special thanks to my teaching partner, Jen Holcomb, who can't be here tonight. She's sick, but she nominated me, Heather Preco, Brendan Preco, John Hood, and Sue Angel for their letters of nomination. They mean the world to me. I sincerely appreciate the entire OEF Award Selection Committee for selecting me as a recipient of this award. In fact, I actually could spend my entire allotted time thanking people for getting me here, but I'll save these thank yous till the end. Parker Palmer, author of The Courage to Teach, is one of those teachers who speak a colorful truth. He said, "To educate is to guide students on an inner journey toward more truthful ways of seeing and being in the world. That good teaching comes from the identity and integrity of the teacher. They possess a capacity for connectedness. They are able to weave a complex web of connections among themselves, their students, and their subjects, so that students can learn to weave a world for themselves. It is demonstrated daily in our district that the methods used by these weavers vary widely. In fact, the connections made by great teachers are held not in their methods, but in their hearts. It's a place where intellect and emotion and spirit and will converge in the human self. My colleagues have hearts that are overflowing. Thank you for having the courage to teach. Thank you for having the courage to be yourselves. And thank you for doing what is right, even when it seems impossible. So I'm not only thanking you because you inspire me, I am standing here thanking everyone in the Okemos Public School System from this day on for having the courage to teach my child, unless she's naughty, and then she's Gaylord's child. Yes, it's going to take all of you. But my child is no different. However, when she begins school, she will have one thing that her peers will not. Her daddy and I will give her a letter explaining what learning is all about. I'd like to share that letter with you all tonight, hopefully so that you may understand why Gaylord and I do what we do for our community. Dear Alicia, school is about learning how to be your best self each and every day. Your daddy and I will teach you about service. We've dedicated our lives to serving our community, and you have begun to understand that service is part of the Mankowski legacy. You'll work to end each day a little better than it began. We'll expect you to follow our example and take care of yourself and others. Giving of yourself, your time, your understanding, your patience, and sharing your own experiences with others will give you gifts beyond measure. Your heart will be full, and learning will be about connections. We'll teach you, as we do our community of learners, to surround yourself with people who inspire you. Inspire you to be kind, gentle, compassionate, and giving. Surround yourself with love, friendship, laughter, stories, and support. Make mistakes, make plenty of them, but never, ever make excuses. Excuses take time away from learning. Learn from your choices. The good and the not so good are what it's all about. Mommy and Daddy made a lot of excuses when we were in school. Learning may be difficult for you, or it may come with ease. Either way, you have support systems that are set up to help you be the best you. Ask for help, my dear. You will be just one of many, 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 many little faces in a classroom. Use your voice and speak for yourself. Actually, that's what you really need to understand. Serve yourself first. Love yourself. This is not selfish. This is smart. Take care of you. You are given a gift when you go to school, and it's up to you to decide what you are going to do with it. Love, Mommy and Daddy. So friends, when all the little Olesias show up in your classroom, I know you will lead by example, helping them to love themselves first, giving them the courage to be the best they can be, because we know that when we're called to this profession, it's not about the AYPs, CCSSs, TLTs, PLCs, RTIs, IEPs, SSTs, BIPs, SITs. Holy cow. No, it's about a community of learners, and I am so proud to be part of this one. Thank you.
I see. Oh, I've never seen that before. Well done. You weren't kidding when you would see all the acknowledgments at the end. Well done. Thanks to LifeTouch National School Studios for providing a photographer for tonight's event. That's always an important responsibility, and we appreciate it, LifeTouch. Renee Maniaci came to Okemos Public Schools as a student teacher at Kinawa 30-plus years ago, and currently is a resource teacher and chair of the Special Education Department at Okemos High School. It's obvious to everyone who knows Renee that she loves her students and works tirelessly to see them succeed. She's a cheerleader for her students, encouraging and modeling perseverance so that each student eventually meets their goals. She does not let students become reliant on her, but instead encourages them to help themselves. She wants them to learn to function independently and to successfully advocate for themselves and others. Renee works tirelessly to be sure each student is understood, treated with respect, and motivated to graduate. Her talent for understanding the learning challenges her students face and her ability to address those challenges in close collaboration with the classroom teachers inspires and motivates her students to do their best. Renee's concerned with more than academics. She helps her students participate in every activity open to them, like Touch of Class and the school theater productions. She wants them to experience as much of the high school environment as possible. And when a student is in need of financial assistance, from prom dresses to Christmas presents, Renee helps them with that, too. Her love and support for our district is apparent in many ways and on many different levels. Congratulations, Renee.
Thursday is our summit day.
The job is to be a support for her students in various ways. There are identified deficits and needs and learning differences that students bring with them to school, and it's her job to match those and find out what things need to be done to help them succeed in their classes.
It helps me help the students that are in my classroom that she works with, and it often gives me important information about those students because these are students that won't or don't advocate for themselves or give me information that I really kind of need to understand them. And so Renee tries to teach them to do that. She tries to teach them to stand up for themselves and come and talk to me and work with me on the things that they need. And she's very good at that. She really tries to foster that independence in kids that they need. She really tries to make them take responsibility for themselves, which is one of the things I like most about working with her.
What makes her so good at her job is that she has just a tireless efforts for advocating for her students. She also, is a great team player, not only for the students, but for the staff as well. As I first came here, she was one that sort of kind of showed me the ropes and led me in here to make it comfortable for myself as well. So she definitely holds a very special place for me.
One of the things that I really, really appreciate about her is that she brings people together, whether it's kids and teachers or teachers and teachers. And so I think she creates an environment that's friendly for everyone and where people feel comfortable being with one another.
I think of Renee as a very talented and dedicated educator. She is insightful, knowledgeable, and she's there for her students and for her colleagues, and someone I've really had the pleasure of working with for several years, and feel very privileged about that. Work that we would have been doing, she can do that between now and next.
Wow, Matt, where are you? That was awesome. I knew you'd put that together. Thanks, buddy. I can feel the excitement and the pride that we have for our district in this room this evening. It's amazing. My loving husband, Chuck, my mother, Connie, a retired elementary teacher, my daughter, Christine, a science educator turned special educator, my aunt, Marilyn, a special educator nearby. So many supportive colleagues are here to celebrate. How appropriate that it's Throwback Thursday. Facebook people? Yes, I'm gonna travel for a minute back to 1983. I was at Kenowa Middle School, finishing my student teaching stint with Eileen Sauer, and I was informed that there would be an opening in the special ed department. I talked to Bill Wilcox about the job, and he told me I should meet and interview with Lee Gerard. Convince him that he doesn't need to search through that large stack of applications anymore, is something I remember hearing Bill say. That year, I think that Okemos hired 2 teachers, Kathy Mitchell, now Kathy Schufelt, and me. I think I can speak for Kathy when I say that we're both still very happy to be part of this community. Flash forward 31 years, and I'm standing in front of you to celebrate what we have today. Our district leaders, along with the Okemos Education Foundation, have been very generous in recognizing and supporting professionals in our school system. If only all school communities could so adequately support the people who work to educate and care for the children in our country. I'm grateful for the leadership we have, the community who supports us, and the OEF for what they do for our district. On behalf of the many, many worthy education professionals who may not get an opportunity to be recognized, celebrated, and supported, I humbly and graciously accept this award. Thank you.
We'd like to recognize two of this year's Commitment to Excellence nominees that are with us tonight and ask that they stand and be recognized. Chippewa Language Arts teacher Kelly Caesar, I think, is here. Kelly, are you there? Kelly, we're all thinking about you right this very second. And Hiawatha Basic Classroom teacher Brianna Fankhauser. Hearing about tonight's recipients and nominees probably makes you think of other people, hopefully it does, who have made an outstanding contribution to Okemos schools. Reminder that we've been doing this for a number of years, and our award nomination materials are available online at oefsite.org. No need to wait until the June deadline. You can start that business anytime you want. Nomination packets are accepted anytime. Our final award recipient tonight is Andy Moore. Andy's been teaching in Okemos for the past 7 years as a chemistry and scientific research seminar teacher at the high school. Andy's passion for science education is clear, and his approach is unique and multifaceted. Instead of brushes, paints, and palettes in a studio setting to create a genuine work of art, Andy provides chemicals, microscopes, and beakers in a lab to provide an authentic research experience. He instills such a love of science in his students that they end up talking nonstop at the dinner table about the experiments they've done in class. Andy's responsible for creating the Science Research Program at OHS, a 3-year program that enables students to perform original scientific research in conjunction with college-level researchers. Many of the research program students go on to present their research at national conferences. Several have been finalists in national competitions, and many more continue their science studies in college. As one MSU professor commented, Andy's students come more prepared than some of my incoming graduate and postdoc students. Andy's passion for science is also shared with younger Okemos students. He shares his expertise to further the interests of elementary and middle school students and has helped create a mentor program for them to work with high school and college students. Andy's creative approach to nurturing talent and instilling a passion for science in Okemos students is undeniable. His commitment to excellence to young scientists at all levels of our district is outstanding. Congratulations, Andy.
I think one of the things that's so unique about Andy is his enthusiasm is so contagious. He's one of those teachers who really brings science to life and makes it fun.
The potassium chlorate decomposes, which gives off a little bit of oxygen and heat, which causes then the sugar in the gummy bear to rapidly decompose into carbon dioxide and water and some more oxygen. And what happens is it kind of feeds on itself until all the sugar is completely decomposed, and it gives off the rapid amount of heat that you see in the light.
He brought the research class to us. I think we stole him from Grand Rapids Catholic, and we're not giving him back. But he brought the research course and really has made it his own.
Actually, Andy and I go way back, even to our MSU days. And I know that he moved to New York and then actually came back here in Michigan. We ran into each other after years later and found that he was working in Grand Rapids. A position came open here and couldn't have been a better guy and a better fit for Okemos. Not only is he a great educator and able to connect with kids, but he's just a great person to communicate with, bounce ideas off of, and just to collaborate with.
And then you go into his chemistry classes in the labs. I mean, the students are interactive, their knowledge is growing, they're having fun, and again, he, inserts himself in his passion and his knowledge and just takes, the students to the next level.
I'm just trying to get the kids to understand that chemistry is all around them everywhere, and if they can see it and use it with their own hands, it helps them better understand what we're trying to do in the classroom.
Congratulations, Andy Moore.
Yeah, any other profession where you're, just randomly setting things on fire and blowing stuff up, you're going to jail. But, since I'm a teacher, you're giving me an award. It's such a funny profession. It really is. When you're at parent-teacher conferences and you're sitting there and you're talking to the parents and you're talking about how awesome the kid is and how they're wonderful, and the parents are looking at you with this quizzical look, and you keep talking, and then you stop talking, and they say, "Are you talking about my son? Because he's a jerk at home." And that's how I felt. So thank you, Matt. It's a very nice video. Thank you. To be recognized by parents, colleagues, and the OEF is a great honor for me. I got the letter in August, and the passages written by Dr. Chi, Dennis, Mrs. Craw, Dr. Lyondike, Mr. Matus, Mrs. Chance,